Who's Kevin?
How you doing, Scott?
All right, Clayton, how are you?
Good.
Are we good, guys? Everybody good?
Yeah,
you can start.
Clayton, you guys have been playing a lot of close games lately. Just what's the key in those close contested games to end up on top?
I think really for me, like the last month in particular, the one thing that stood out and given us, I think, a chance to be in a lot of these games is our pitching, and I think how much they've been able to suppress and limit walks. I think that we're just not giving a lot of free passes, forcing people to earn their way on. I think offensively, in particular, the last couple of weeks, our guys have been stringing together a lot of good at bats, and while there's some games when you don't cash them in, I think it's the continued ability to put pressure on people, stress, create innings. That is, really encouraging. And then you get into a lot of those close games, and then it does end up coming, who gets a hit with runners in scoring position maybe at a particular time, or splits a gap with people on that kind of can be the deciding factor. So you hope that the more times that we continue to put ourselves in these types of games, they're all good experiences, and then we just continue to go. All right, when you're in those games and you're getting high quality pitching, playing good defense offensively, you just you're trying to find that moment to scratch a couple across and break through. You don't know which inning that's going to be, so it's imperative that one innings 1 through 9 or however long it goes, that you're working hard to try to stress people and get pitches that you are looking to hit.
What are you up against with Robbie Ray this afternoon?
Yeah, Robbie, very talented pitcher. Robbie's got a very good fastball, and then the ability to spin the ball underneath that. Robbie's had a lot of success in this league, and himself coming back from some time missed, and now he's gotten further away from it. Seeing more of the form of what Robbie Ray is capable of. So you got good fastball that plays well at the top of the strike zone. There's some deception there with the delivery, and then the ability to spin the ball down below. So got a lot of righties in there today, and just figure at least starting off with Robbie, chance for a lot of those righties try to get the ball closer. Probably this is a guy you probably need to try to look to pull and try to beat it to the spot.
The X-Man is back for you. What does he bring to you, and how much have you missed his versatility in the lineup?
Oh, I have missed X a lot. X the baseball player and X the person. X is I love having X around, and to get X back here activated today. He won't start, but be available to come in off the bench. Great for us to have him back, and then we'll get him back in the starting lineup tomorrow. And I think we've seen that the kind of at bats that X is capable of throwing out there, gets on bases. He's a threat on the bases that people have to pay attention to. So to have X coming back here, I think we're all excited and looking forward to that.
And Jack Winkler gets a start, his first major league start. Must be fun to give the guy that kind of news and pencil in a guy's name for the first time.
Yeah, it has been. We've had a number of those this year, and so it is. It's fun to figure. Look, we believe if anybody that we have on our roster here can contribute and help us win, and Wink is a very good defender that has the ability to kind of play all over. Getting another right-handed bat in the lineup against Robbie Ray to start with, and this working out for Wink's first start. And figure if you're here with us, then there's definitely a role you can play each day to help us win. And excited for Wink to get his first start today.
Clayton, I know that Justin Verlander is not pitching in this series, but how much do you like what he's done in his career as a whole? We know he's a future Hall of Famer. I know he's trying to get 300 wins. But talk about his career, and then the fact that wouldn't it be a luxury if he had a guy like him mentoring the younger pitchers?
I think Justin has had a magnificent major league career. I think anyone that type of longevity, you don't luck into that length of a career, and the type of success he's had. He's certainly, as you mentioned, put together a Hall of Fame worthy resume, and Justin has been doing it at a very high level for a long time on a lot of winning teams. So yeah, Justin's had a great career.
And wouldn't it be something if you could mentor younger pitchers? Because it looks like he's doing that right now with the Giants, even though he's inactive right now. Any pitcher can draw off this guy.
I think you take anyone that has a track record of success that can still get major league hitters out. Those kind of guys probably help a lot of pitching staffs and teams.
You mentioned the debuts. Winkler is going to be, I think, the 9th guy who's made his major league debut with you guys this season. Is the message always the same to a guy before he makes his debut from you?
I think it's like one, just you've earned the right to be here. We believe that you can come help us out and to enjoy it. I mean, there's only going to be one debut. So I know, he said he's going to, have some family here in town, which is cool to see that. So I think for us as a staff, it's a lot of fun to be here and witness a lot of these guys get their opportunity to make a major league debut, and how the bus rides in the minor leagues and the sacrifice that you make to finally have an opportunity to get here. And so for us, it's been really cool to witness a lot of firsts for so many players this year.
What's been the constant with Cabrera this month that's allowed him to be consistent?
To me, it's the strike throwing. I think not only just, it's the multiple pitches. I mean, he's been able to get into counts with his breaking ball. I think there's been a real shift mentally for Edward to fully buy in and believe that, my best chance is to get the ball over the plate early in counts, get the hitter engaged, get them in swing mode. I've got weapons to put people away. So, with the fastball changeup combination and also, the curveball, the slider, he's got a ton of weapons. And to hear Edward at times, give up hits and be like, you know what, it's okay. Like, it was a strike, and I think that's a great thing. It is. Like, you're going to give up hits. You're going to give up some slug. That's, how it goes. But to take your chances by filling up the strike zone early and often is your best chance in this league to have success.
Clayton, let's talk about Cal Quantrill. What were your thoughts when he had that immaculate inning? Because that was impressive to watch in its own right, let alone the fact he got out of that jam before. And what does he mean to this pitching staff? Because I know he had a hard luck loss last night, but steadily it looks like he's starting to improve.
Yeah, I mean, Cal has certainly really been trending nicely the last 5-6 starts, giving us high quality performances. Cal's a real professional. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go compete every pitch he has out there. And I think the stuff has been trending up. The execution has been trending, and I think we've also seen the results follow suit. And as far as the immaculate inning, I mean, that's immaculate. And it was, that's, I don't know, there's the number of times it's been done in the history of the game is such a small percentage. You just, it's almost, after the fact, you go, wow, we just witnessed something that very few have been able to see in person.
So, Center, just what kind of luxury is it to have someone that can play so many different positions?
Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why Javi is he's so valuable for us. So you see, you get banged up a little bit in the infield, and okay, Javi can step in there and play on a regular basis. And, the composition of the roster, changes, and now, Javi can go to the outfield and, to be able to do both. And, he not only just do both, but he's proved that, he's played high quality defense at a number of places. And, while majority recently his starts have been in the infield, that Javi's still preparing himself and he's ready for whatever is asked of him. And, he's a gamer. He's tough as they come. So, that's what, a guy like Javi can carve out a really nice career, because it's a real luxury for myself to have someone that you feel confident to be able to plug in so many places.
Back to Robbie Ray one last second, and that's this. He has a variety of pitches. Which of those pitches do you fear the most with a guy like him? He's 7-0 going into the game, and we know that he's had an all-star appearance here in this particular building.
Yeah, I think it is. It's Robbie. There's left-handed. There's some deception there. The fastball plays up, towards the top of the zone, and then the ability to get the ball, spinning down below bats. So Robbie's a tough customer. We're going to have to, try to get him into areas that we're looking to hit, and hopefully, when you take some shots, you're able to, cash in when you get a few guys on base.
Thank you, Clayton.
Okay, thanks. All right, appreciate it.